Howdy YouTube, TJ here, and today we're bringing you another Matchplay commentary video. Joining me today, we have the GG's man himself, the GG's guy, the the GGmon, in some ways maybe. RB.
I certainly feel that old sometimes.
I look that old, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Why every time I try to like take myself down a peg? Why do you like Mr. President it and then like jump in front of a bus?
Listen, I gotta protect you. All right,
Okay.
I gotta protect my friends. It's just what I do. It's just part of who I am.
You fight for your friends.
Exactly.
I get it.
Exactly. Today's matchup, we have myself on the left playing Zephagamon versus Coop on the right playing Goldramon. Before we jump into the round though, first things first, if you are watching this video and you haven't already, please, maybe subscribe. If you're someone who's constantly coming back and whatnot and joining us for these match play videos, it'd be nice to keep you around. We just as of this video going, we just hit 3K, which whoa,
Let's go.
it's insane. Unless we fall below 3K again, then this is gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It'll be funny then. But aside from that, if you're already subbed, maybe consider liking the video and possibly becoming a member. We have lots of member benefits that we're going to be rolling out. I'm actually going to be doing a channel update video that will be dropping sometime next week that will have all of the updates that are going on with the channel. We have a lot of new stuff rolling out for you guys. It's going to be really, really cool, really, really exciting.
Yeah,
I am pumped
We're
for
excited.
it.
We're excited, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes. We going crazy over here. And I forgot to mention real quick, these matches were filmed over at Sully's Abode over in Bolingbrook. Great shop, great place for just all TCG stuff. If you guys have any interest in going there or, hitting up the TCG player link, you can find that down below. But they are a great place. You should definitely swing through if you're in the Chicagoland area. They're over in Bolingbrook. We pop up around 6:30 on Thursdays. We'd love to have you. And yeah, I think that'll about do it. Let's go ahead and just hop right into the round over here. There's a little bit of setup. I was still shuffling stuff. I was a bit of a mess getting onto the camp.
Yeah, that's okay. It happens. I love Cooper's drop down Mr. Sumo Man.
Yeah. Well, we had the other marker on there, and then I was like, no, get that off of there. Put the sumo on. Put the sumo on. He deserves his place.
I like the random Pokemon cards. I'm assuming as tokens.
I think he had water and fire energies for
that's
for
sick.
for the red and blue tokens. It makes sense. It's pretty cool. Are they Hamon and I can't remember the name. I gotta look them up.
Are those the new Rika sleeves that you got, or are they?
Those are some of the newer ones, not the newest ones.
Ooh.
Those haven't actually. They're still on pre-order.
They still look nice. Oh,
Amon and Umon.
Oh, immediately into Lepeta and Shushu's.
Yeah. His build's
Yeah.
neat. It's really, really neat. I just go ahead and Evo into a Taro on the back and play a Shoto, and then I attempt to march the sumo over. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
To be clear, I'm not very good at it.
It's okay. He'll go ahead and swing though.
Mhm.
Live.
Big guy.
That's big. That's big.
And then just chops TK,
Okay.
opts not to use the effect.
Really?
Yeah, I think he didn't have a vaccine card in hand, so he didn't want to.
Just lose a security.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. He didn't want to just check himself.
I mean, he couldn't he hypothetically grab one in security?
Yeah.
And then
He could grab the card off the top, and then because it's tough because it just basically depends on if that top card's a vaccine or not.
yeah.
I just go Galemon in the back, and I just play a Taro, just get some search. I accidentally put the memory marker over to 3. I don't know. I fixed it in a second. So I'm just like, oh wait, is it 2?
2. Okay.
So Coop just trying to figure out what he wants to do here. Just go ahead and goes into Shushu in the back.
Goes into another Shushu's in the back. Gets
Yeah.
security. 2 checks out of that is pretty big though.
Yeah.
And then he's got his level 5 set up with the.
Yeah, he goes in the 5 in the back, which is pretty good. So I'm at 3. I push up. No memory gain off of Shoto because there's no Digimon in play. I opt to poke with the Taro, and then I figure like I'll just choke to 1. I'll go into a rapid. Like I know that there's DP reduction shenanigans with yellow, but I was like, you know what? If I choke him to 1, at least anything he does, it probably is going to cost a decent amount of memory since there's no memory setter. So I just start setting up another Terramon in the back. Rapid's on board, good to go. I unfortunately don't really have too much I can do just yet. I'm debating on going into the ST Zephaga and just choking to 1.
The deck really does need an opponent's Digimon in play to like really shine.
Yeah. I have to do the 1 Digivolving, just suspend itself and then unsuspend it, and then give it the protection for just for the turn. It's going to immediately lose it, but that's fine. And then I just end of turn, suspend Shoto to give blocker and piercing. And Coop's just doing more setup. Just drops a memory set or Arisa. Yep, so evil for 1 and a Gale. Drop the Shoto. Doing 1 check at 11, just spooky.
That's crazy that it's if they have 1 or fewer.
Yeah. The new how do you feel about the power creep for the free tamer drop?
For the free tamer drop?
Yeah. Now that it's 1 or fewer instead of just if you don't have a tamer with this in name, you may play 1, yada yada.
I think there's enough tamer hate where it's valid.
Yeah.
So you do another Grand Galemon to give protection. This deck is Zephaga is a much more interesting deck than I thought.
It is. It's so I was like, because like when I did the So You Want to Play video, I looked into it a bit and I was just like, yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. You know, it's a probably a decent place to start. Obviously, they want people to kind of get into the game with this, I think, too, with the Liberator stuff and everything. And then like after playing Zephaga tonight, I'm like, dude, this deck's hard.
This deck has so much big brain stuff going on.
There's so many like little small nuanced plays that you can make that like you can capitalize like crazy if you make the right sequencing, but it's tough. It is not easy.
Is that trial?
Yeah, he played a trial. Did pass over a lot of memory.
He's good to go. Yeah, it passed over a lot of memory, but I don't think he's in any danger of dying here.
Yeah, I can't go for game right now.
Yeah. Vortex only allows you to attack Digimon. So.
This is the build from my recent deck profile. That was the members first profile. I have since updated it. Literally tonight before we started recording, I updated it with stuff that I wanted it to do. Just going off of some of the matchups tonight. I have another EX-07 Zephaga now, which is nice because I only had the 1. Which I believe got checked in security earlier, so that's already... And I'm just debating what I want to do.
Is a cracked card.
Yeah.
Both of them are actually a lot better than I anticipated. So you just Evo in the back.
Yeah.
Training. Okay, just more setup.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? He's gonna go to 3. He has a load of memory. I should just set up to like have a bounce back play just in case. I'm like, I'll just set up the trainings. I'll have the Shotos good to go. I use the EX-07 Shoto to go ahead and give piercing blocker and unsuspend myself.
Yep. That's crazy that it just unsuspends.
So we see Coop push up, goes ahead. I love that he drew on them and gave them the effects. Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny. Russian blocker. So
here comes Goldramon is an interesting boss.
It's cool. It's a cool card. It's just that I think the card himself is fine. I think the biggest issue more so is 4 Great Dragons just isn't a great archetype.
I mean,
it's not. This Bandai just did not do great.
Goldramon isn't even an SR, right?
Well, that one isn't. The one from EX3 is.
Yeah, I mean that's been power crapped down to like level of a rare.
Yeah, it's not great. It's too like. It requires too much. So he swings with the Goldra. I go ahead and Evo into Mega Gargoyles here. I was thinking about suspending one of the Tamers because I didn't want him to be able to get the extra memory off of the Arisa, but I was like, you know what? I'll just suspend both the tokens so there's no risk of aggression here from them. Because I know he has the trial back there, so I don't want him to be able to just get too many crazy swings more.
Right.
Yeah, so plays another Goldra, swings with the Amon.
Plays the Goldra, yeah.
Or is it Umon? I can't remember which one's which. It's Amon. Yeah, Amon's red.
See him use the trial.
Yeah. Swing. Suspend. Getting protections. I am at 2 security now.
Yeah. Suddenly he has a massive board, but everything is tapped down, and this is where Zephaga likes to go crazy.
So you can already kind of see too, like this deck with the Goldra Rush using the puppet stuff because it works on puppet trade or tokens. Like it just
giving it rush is nutty.
Yeah, you get some crazy mileage out of it. But I'll give myself protection, so that way I just have 2 Digimon with protections just in case. At this point, I'm like, wait, I've put myself in a position where if he has a Shine Gray Ace and I swing, he can very easily just Evo and then pop my Mega Gargo Ace.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of debating how I want to do this. I realized that I can just swing the Mega Gargo Ace, and then worst case, if he does pop it, end of turn, I can Vortex.
Yeah.
And just swing into it with my Zephaga that has plus 2k, the one that I just pushed up.
Yeah.
So I can just swing and be bigger than that.
Yeah, it should be at 16 at that point, right?
Yeah, it'd be 16, and then his Shine would be 15. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just one swing. Just, yeah, you're good. I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I didn't have the ace. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just playing very cautiously because I'm like, the thing is, well, this is the thing, right? And I feel like I've noticed it with my gameplay. A lot of times I will try and like, I'll risk it all for the biscuit, you know? I'll just full send some sort of very mid plan and then instantly get punished for it. And so tonight I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna play control. I'm gonna just chill and just do what I can.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily bad to do that. I'm probably honestly a little too cautious with my plays, and it backfires on me. But like there are moments where you have to recognize when to do that, and it's definitely like during the times where if you can't win any other way, like that's the best time.
Yeah, like if it's like you're gonna lose next turn and this is your full send.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But if you have space to just play carefully, I tend to just play it carefully.
Yeah, which I think is most of the time the right way to go. So I just go ahead and Evo into a Taro on the back and then drop a Taro.
That's not, yeah, I mean that's not necessarily fun, you know.
No. That's
so crazy that Taramon just is able to grab two pieces so easily.
Yeah.
One just needs liberate. Like you can grab a Tamer or a Digimon. Like
dude,
there's so much power creep in searching and
there was so many times where I bottom decked so many cards with it tonight.
Yeah, I feel you. I think I hit the rapid and like 2 Mega Gargoyles once, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. So I go ahead, I push for aggression with the Ricky Taro. Go ahead and Evo into the Galemon over there for 1, because that's the reduced Evo cost, EX-07 one.
Shoto.
Yep, and then I'm like, you know what, I'll just Evo for 4 into the Rapid. Could go bad, but...
as we see, Coop he has the Goldramon in back.
Yeah, he pushed up.
Zephagamon underneath it. Pushing up. So, I think he has a plan to clear you here.
I think, that's what my thought was too. But I think he ends up... Let's see, he's debating if he wants to play a card off of the Chaparro effect. Does have to just play the Shumon. And then goes ahead and Evos into Goldra. We'll spit out the tokens. And then that'll be it for the turn there.
Okay.
I think his mindset was probably along the lines of, like, I don't want to sit in back too long. I want to be able to just start, like, pushing out. Just see if I can go faster. I think it's smart.
Yeah. I think last turn or last game, he was probably thinking that if I do the same thing as last time where I sit in back, then he's just gonna amass a board that's hard for him to deal with.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm just debating how I want to do things. Yeah, I go ahead. I play the promo Taro. On play, I use it to suspend the Goldra.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Suspending the Goldra.
So at this point, I'm trying to figure out plays. This is where my brain was like trying to wrap its head around how Zephaga can work.
Yeah.
So you'll see in a moment.
If you have the starter one, you could potentially play it, suspend it to unsuspend.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah. So I go into EX-07 Zephaga here actually. I on Evo suspend Taro to go ahead and attempt to bottom deck the Goldra.
Yeah.
Goldra uses the Chaparro Inheritable to keep itself alive, because it's just when anytime we would leave the battle area, but other than by one of his own effects, he can just pop a token or a puppet trade Digimon to stay on the board.
Yeah. That's smart.
Chaparro Inheritable is honestly crazy. It even protects from battle too. It's insane. At this point, I'm like, okay, that happened. I didn't realize that protection was there. I'm silly Billy. So now I'm like, okay, I'm debating if I want to Vortex into it because I'm worried about the shine.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, hold on. I think there is a thing I can do. So I opt to swing into it. I go ahead, use the Shoto effect here to redirect into security. Because you can redirect to a Digimon or a player.
Yeah.
And so I just do the 2 checks. Yeah. And then when attacking, I could have suspended something and then whatever, but it wouldn't have mattered. I basically just could have maybe controlled the body instead, but it didn't have piercing or anything. I would have just trashed security rather. So it didn't super matter. We'll just swing Goldra into my Zephaga here, looks like.
Yeah.
This is when I was like, oh, that's just...
Good control. Smart control.
I was like, this is just full protection. This thing just ain't leaving the board.
Yep.
Swings the Umon over my
Go ahead
Taro.
and delete the,
Yeah. And then Trials.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm
So
debating...
He set up. Yeah, he set up, and now it's a little hard for you to get going here.
So I evo for 1 into Gale.
Yeah.
I'm able to drop the Shoto for free because I still have 1 or less Tamers on board.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so nice.
So crazy to me. Yeah.
It's so nice. I'm debating how I want to do things here.
You
I think
can
I
go into a
was...
free and into a... You can go up your line and still attack.
Yeah. Well, I was debating on swinging over the token to try and clear it.
Makes sense, yeah. Okay. So that's the Grand Gale that lets you suspend a Digimon to make yourself immune to Digimon effects?
Yeah, and I opt not to do it. I opt to just swing with the Grand Gale over the token.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Or no, I think I do opt to suspend it.
Okay.
And then I go ahead and Shoto.
Into the...
I evo for 3. Go ahead, Vortex into the token, Shoto effect, end of turn to go ahead and give Piercing Blocker. I'm able to unsuspend because I'm swinging at a Digimon. And then that's just it. I'm just chilling, and I'm just a big immune
delete it and
blocker.
2 memory?
Yeah, I gained 2 memory because I deleted it by battle. Because of the Gale and the Taro inheritables, and then
what is the egg not the one that gains you memory?
No, that's the one where when attacking I can suspend 1 Digimon that has DP equal to or less than me. And then as I'm chilling here, I do gain the protections because his Goldramon suspended.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man, that you can just like leave a body on board and be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yep. 14k blocker.
Yeah, so he opts to swing that Goldra. I do go ahead and block here. He uses the tokens to survive, and then I gain 2 memory because I do the Digimon in battle.
Yeah, your all-turns effect. Or the deletion is an all-turns effect. I think he did it to recover.
No, he didn't realize, I think.
Oh, he didn't realize it's
Coop was like, oh, that is an all-turns, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
So I'm able to swing. Because I unsuspended, I am 14. So I go ahead, I swing, I use the 1 attacking effect to suspend the Vidra. I use the Shoto, go ahead and swing into the Vidramon, and then just gain 2 memory. And at this point, I'm just full control brain.
And because you attacked a Digimon?
Yeah, I almost drew a card because I was like, yeah, I'm going to play Digimon and draw a card. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Yeah. I've done it before on accident. And then I have to remind myself, like, oh yeah, you don't draw a card here. But yeah, that Taro is crazy, being able to just suspend on play.
Yeah.
On top of having and you're swinging into security, which is smart, because you're not afraid of the ace play here. Right?
Yeah, not really.
No. All he could target is the Terramon.
Right, exactly.
Because you have protection.
I dropped the Mimi to choke to 1. I say Piercing Blocker, and Coop thought I was going to swing through his stack, and I was like, no, I still have to suspend the Tamer and everything.
Yeah.
So I wasn't planning on doing that, so I just choked him to 1.
I was gonna say that. I mean,
well, because
you're only 14.
Exactly. So if he had the
kill you by 1.
Yeah, he just beat me in battle. I didn't have DP to swing over it. But so Coop just goes, oh, you know what, this is just over. So he just plays the TK, grabs top card of his security, and just says, go ahead. So he's like, did you like my self-destruct TK play? I was like, yeah, that was great. But yeah,
That's
that's the match there. So Zephaga, crazy. I was playing very, very safe. I could have played a bit more aggressive, but I think it paid off. I don't know, because the only reasons I didn't swing into his bodies is mostly because I never had the DP to be bigger than
an ace.
than the burst mode ace. Because I knew I was protected, but I just didn't have the DP for it, so I just needed to be cautious about that.
I mean, it's understandable just because Zephaga, once your boss monster is down, you don't really have like a good way to get rid of their stuff without options, right?
Yeah.
So, it's gonna take you like a couple turns to get back to where you are, and by then it could be too late. Because then he could just suspend. If he did ace there, kill you, he could just suspend his tamers and like take out all your security, and then you're suddenly in a very rough spot.
But yeah, Zephaga's surprisingly fun. I was not expecting to have as much fun with it as I did. Like I put this together, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play this. It's Halloween event. Let's just try and get it for you guys out there, so we have it on the channel. And then it just was like, this is so fun. I'm loving this deck right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna end up building the deck and just be like, oh, it's terrible against the rest of the meta.
Oh man, but yeah, it was a good time. The Goldra Rush too is really cool. It's really, really cool. Coop was cooking. He was. Yeah. I think he ended up going 2-1 with it, or 1. I can't remember. Maybe it was 1-2.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a really cool deck. You can see kind of how like overwhelming it can be with just like token power. It can be very explosive.
I mean that one turn where he was able to play the Goldra off of
Trial.
Yeah. That would have been insane if you didn't have the ace. Like I think that would have just been like pretty much game winning there, right?
He probably would have been in a pretty good spot. Yeah.
Yeah, bring you down to 0 security, right?
Yeah.
0 to 1 security.
At least most likely with everything going on.
Which is crazy to me off just playing a trial and having a 6, but
yeah,
that looks like a really cool deck too.
Whew. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Reminder, if you've watched this far into the video, to like and subscribe, please. It supports us, and we appreciate you guys. And if you've done that already, maybe think about becoming a member, because you guys will have some perks rolling out for you.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna do it. We'll catch you on the flippy flip. Bye-bye.
Bye.